Have you ever thought about what it would be like to wear a continuous glucose monitor for 2 whole weeks, even if you're not diabetic? Well, I did it, and today I'm sharing exactly what I learned, what surprised me, and how it changed the way I think about food, energy, and health. Let's get into it. And welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about the Lingo CGM, which is a continuous glucose monitor. I have my husband here and we're going to talk about our own personal experiences with it. We're going to teach you what it is and how you can use it to optimize your own personal health.
Yeah, this is just a disclaimer. This is our own experience using the CGM. We're not here to give medical advice. We're not here to tell you what to do. We're not here to do anything else but share our own experience with the Lingo.
Let's get started. So what is the Lingo CGM?
The Lingo CGM, or the continuous glucose monitor, is a device that goes behind your arm, and it's there and it helps track your blood glucose levels real time, and through tracking your blood glucose levels real time, it allows you to create healthy habits around your nutrition. So when you order the Lingo, it comes with 3 different options. You can try it for 2 weeks, you can try it for a month, or you can try it for a year. We chose the month option, which gives you 2 biosensors, and we just split it. So we ended up trying it each for 2 weeks. You open it, it just walks you through the entire process of pricking yourself in the back, which is totally painless, as my wife can attest.
Yeah, when I saw it looked like a needle. I thought it was going to hurt. I'm such a scary cat, but I didn't feel a thing.
Easy. I told you.
I didn't even feel it.
I told you I didn't feel it. After you apply the biosensor to the back of your arm, you open up the app and it just walks you through the entire process of it. Super simple, super easy to set up. It asks for a few personal questions like your daily stress levels, your eating habits, your exercise habits, and a couple of other things. If you don't want to share all that information, it allows you for a skip option.
The first week, the app is basically getting a general idea of what you eat, and then it's a little bit more specific towards the second week, so you get a better understanding of what foods you should be staying away from in the second week.
CGM basically helped me very accountable for the things that I was eating. I normally keep a fairly strict diet, but really the CGM held me in check. Like, I did not want to have any big spikes. I had a suspicion on the foods that would spike my blood glucose levels, so I really tried my absolute best to stay away from those.
Yeah, it kept me accountable too. The first week that I used the CGM, I had a bowl of pasta with bread and it spiked me. The spike lasted about 5 hours. So knowing that and knowing that it came from that specific meal did make me make better choices around my pasta. So now I'm eating whole wheat pasta, substituting the types of bread that I'm eating, just because I know that being in a spike for that long isn't really healthy for my body.
And it also spiked you for the whole night, right? You went from, I think, 88 to like 146.
Yeah, it spiked me up until like 1 in the morning. I had the meal around 7 p.m. and it didn't go down till 1 in the morning. I was already sleeping by that point, but you can see what is happening even in your sleep through the app.
And that's one of the cool things too with this, is that it tracks your glucose levels as you sleep. So that's definitely not something that you would normally do, wake up and check your sugar to see where you're at. But with this glucose monitor attached to your arm, that gives you that reading as you're going through, as you're sleeping. One of the things that I found that as I sleep, I would have random spikes, not too high, and I would dip down low for whatever reason, whatever stressful event I was having in my dreams, or as whatever was happening in my sleep, it tracked it. So it let me know like, wow, okay, this is something that is happening during my sleep, and you otherwise wouldn't get that information if you didn't have this. Another big takeaway that I took with the Lingo was understanding that your blood glucose levels are not a straight line. So my previous understanding of my sugar as I took it, as I went to the doctor, was when I went in, pricked me, 84, my sugar's 84 the entire day until I eat something. It might go up a little bit and then it comes back down, and it just stays at a continuous level. And with this device showed me that that's not the case at all. Your blood glucose levels goes up, they go down with stressful events, with whatever you perceive as stress. And those are differences that my wife and I had during exercise and during just your overall daily living, as my wife can tell you.
Yeah, so some of the takeaways for me was just learning what those foods are that are spiking my blood glucose levels. Like my husband said, I always thought that I was in a healthy range the entire day. I never really thought about my glucose levels going up, so seeing that on the actual app was very surprising to me, and it taught me a lot about my own personal nutrition and my environmental factors. One of the things that I found surprising was during my weightlifting session, my glucose levels went super high, but it's because I was putting a lot of stress on my body, on my muscles. So it gave me a good understanding of like, okay, well, this is healthy, but at the same time, it is something that spikes your blood glucose levels.
Yeah, for me, another surprising thing that I didn't realize was how fruit affected me. So there was one time where I had just a handful of grapes, ate them. I eat grapes all the time, but I never tracked it. So after maybe, 20 minutes, I looked at the Lingo app and I saw that my sugar went from 90 to like 150 with one small handful of grapes. And I was so shocked, so surprised, because I eat fruit all the time. And another time I ate a handful of blueberries and it didn't do anything to me. So I do understand the differences between the two, but I just didn't know how those differences affected my body, and how a handful of grapes for her didn't do much, but for me just shot me up.
Yeah, we wanted to bring this up because I had the same handful of grapes and it did absolutely nothing to my blood sugar levels. So it's important to understand that we are all different, and if you see somebody eating a handful of grapes, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the best thing for you, because you don't actually know what's going on with your blood sugar levels, with what food. So another reason why this was such a cool thing to do is because we both learned that our bodies are different, and even though we didn't live in the same household, we know that fruit is healthy and it's good for you. He had a different reaction than what I had with the handful of grapes.
Yeah, and so here in LA, there's fruit guys everywhere. At every corner, you'll find a fruit guy selling you delicious, fresh fruit. And so I always thought, well, okay, I can have all the fruit in the world, that it's healthy for me. And yes, some fruit is healthy for you, but you also have to understand that a giant thing of fruit from the fruit guy may not be the best thing for you. And with this app showed me is that, yes, I can have fruit, but I can't be crushing those ginormous bowls of fruit, unfortunately.
Another thing that I noticed too was that if I had fruit after a meal, or I'm gonna give you another example. I love Oreos, and I did have a couple of Oreos after a meal one time. It didn't spike me at all. But then a few days later, I had the same 2 Oreos before my meal and it spiked me. So it also makes a difference if you're having your dessert or your sugar after your meal or before. Your body's just going to react differently.
And another surprising thing that I found was when I was at my daughter's softball games. I have 2 daughters that are in softball right now. Super funny. Every time they go to the bat, I would check my lingo, and it would just be climbing and climbing and climbing. And whatever the result was, hit, not a hit, whatever it was like way up there. And that was surprising for me because I do feel kind of a little tense when my girls are playing. We're a sports family, and it didn't matter if I was watching my daughter who's in travel softball, or if I was watching my middle daughter who's just starting off in the baby leagues. I still felt nervous when they were up there, and that was very interesting for me to see.
He's a big sports guy, and he does a lot of the coaching for our daughters, so naturally he just wants to see them perform just the way that they perform when they're at practice. So it is funny because I'm over there watching my girls, same at bat, and it's doing nothing to my glucose levels.
Yeah, and so that's another kind of point that that we're going to get into is your perceived stress for your own self, for me, or for my wife. It's all different. We had a discussion on the phone one time where we were in a disagreement. Shocking, married couple, right? So we disagreed on something, and afterwards I wanted to see, okay, where's my sugar? Where did it go? I looked at it, didn't have any effect on me. I just, for whatever reason, wasn't stressful to me, but it was different for my wife.
Mine kept climbing, and let me just also let you guys know that this was around bedtime. So, if you're a mom, you know how chaotic the bedtime routine is. So on top of that, having a disagreement with the husband, yeah, my blood sugar levels went up for sure.
And so that's all part of the learning process with this that I found that was very valuable, was having that understanding and really just kind of being mindful of it, being conscious of it, that, okay, maybe I can't have this bowl of fruit, or maybe I can have some fruit, but I just can't overdo it.
I think it's also important to know that not all stress is good for our health, and to have some sort of way to manage that stress so that you can start feeling better versus hanging on to whatever is making you feel angry or frustrated or overwhelmed.
Yeah, just let it go. It's all good.
Yeah. The thing that we want to add is that this was an engaging experiment with the entire family. It gave us the opportunity to let our girls know what we're doing and why we're doing it. There is diabetes in both of our families, so it's important for them to understand what food does to us, why it's important, and what foods we should eat in moderation. And this is something that we normally do as parents who prioritize their health, but we also were able to take it to that next level.
It was a good experience to show them, okay, watch what I ate right now and watch what it's gonna do to my body. And kind of just showing them that real time via the phone, and something, because the kids now are super techie, they know technology better than we ever did at that age. They're able to correlate the two, oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't eat 7 or 8 cookies. Maybe I should just eat 2 or 3. And if I do eat 7 or 8 cookies and just crush them, okay, what's that gonna do to my body? Maybe they don't understand it now, but hopefully in the future, they'll have some kind of idea that, okay, this is doing something to my body that is not desirable, and I'm gonna change that, and I'm gonna build a healthy habit around that. So it just engaged us all. After we ate something, everyone was asking hey, what did that do to your score? What did that do to your sugar? And so it was something that really brought us together, and it helped us engage in a way that I didn't expect.
Yeah, and at the same time, it's a fun way to learn about nutrition So we want to be real with you guys. There are a few little things that we didn't like about the monitor. One of the things is you do feel it on your arm, so it did feel uncomfortable to sleep on it, and you actually don't feel it while you're laying on it, but you know there's something in your arm, and it just makes you want to sleep on your other side. But that was pretty much it for me.
Yeah, so it's kind of big and bulky. It's, you know, it blasts your arm. It's very visible. Aside from that, it wasn't too uncomfortable for me. I did feel it as I moved around, as I put on shirts and stuff. But other than that,
thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that us sharing our experience and our knowledge of the glucose monitor has helped you in making the decision on whether you want to use it to optimize your health. And if you did find this helpful, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
good luck.